Okay, this is the next video. This video we're working on a little bit of strength. We're going to continue with globalization, or excuse me, stabilization with the athlete, but we want to start adding some strength movements. We want to be careful that we're not doing a lot of spinal or extension and flexion locally. We want to make sure that the spine is kind of working as one unit because of the requirements for the Olympic lifter. We don't want to get a whole lot of sit-ups. We work on a lot of plank movements. We want to work on a lot of kind of stabilization with movement with the other limbs, or excuse me, strength by being able to kind of stabilize in the environment that is required. So one of the first strength exercises that we'll do is a simple rollout. You can use barbells for these. You can use dumbbells, whatever you want. But it's pretty simple. Biggest thing is that we're setting the core, okay? So we want to make sure that our abs tight, our glutes are tight, and we're just going to kind of roll out. Maintain that good bracing posture. Roll out and roll in. The spine's job or the muscles of the spine are stabilizing, and I'm moving. Similar to Olympic lifting, that I'm moving, kind of moving my limbs around my core. Okay, so whether it's the snatch for the Olympic athlete, the squat snatch, or the clean and jerk, again, I'm stabilizing with my spine, and everything else is kind of moving around me. All right, we'll do this one more time. And then back. Okay, again, we can add rotation to this. And then back, and then again for the obliques. Okay, but we don't want to get into doing a whole lot of work with the obliques because they're more of a stabilization in this for the Olympic lifter. So the rollouts are a good one. The next thing is a plank. So we want to do the side planks. Okay, straight this way. Again with the side plank, want to come up 90 degrees with the elbow. Okay, we get a little bit of stabilization, but we're also getting some strength work. To add difficulty, we can lift the leg. Okay, then back down. And then we want to do both sides. Same thing. Lift the leg for added, and then back down. We do that for duration. We can do that for repetitions. Depends. Again, we're bracing the spine. We're not doing a whole lot of lateral flexion because, again, in Olympic lifters, we don't want that kind of movement. We want very strong, stabilized core. For another strengthening exercise, for the lower back, we do a band good morning. So we'll step on the bands. I'm gonna wrap around. Get nice tight core, hips back, stand up. Nice tight core, back, and stand up. Okay, we wanna make sure that that core is nice and tight when we do this exercise. I can do it with a bar. I like bands because it doesn't take a whole lot of difficulty to do. You don't have to have a whole lot of technique. You can't really mess it up. It goes around. You can use various band strengths to improve that. We can also do weighted planks. Sometimes I like to do it with my athletes as they're doing planks here. We can add weight to the back. We can pick a foot up for the plank, either side. All right, and again, we want to do that for durations. Or you can do, say, 15 leg raises total for strengthening. One of my favorite exercises for that, for strength athletes, is kind of the feet to the bar, or feet to hands, however you want to call it. Again, stabilizes the spine, legs are moving around it. And there's a few ways to do this one. So I'm gonna hold here, I'm gonna bring my knees up to the bar, and then back down. And back down. As I get a little better, I can limit the bend Obviously, to add more difficulty, I can do this hanging from a bar. A lot of Olympic athletes tend to be heavier, so they have difficulties doing that technique, hanging, so we can modify it with the floor. You can also use resistance. You can put a band to their feet and make it more difficult by adding that kind of band resistance for their feet. So again, for those strength movements, again, we still want to work on stabilization. We add some strength movements into the stabilization phase. So the stabilization phase kind of lasts throughout the strength phase as well. And always want to work on kind of keeping that core nice and strong and tight.